It's your girl, Bashe. Okay, now I would like to apologize to you guys because I have taken so long since I said I was going to come back with day 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. I was really busy. Work has consumed me, really. Yeah, it's hectic. It's actually getting to the busy season for my salon, so I get more time to do work than I do for myself. And also, when I say myself, this is also for me. I take these videos very seriously, and it's usually me time. Anyway, the last video, I think I was on day 2. Day 2 was really a personal thing because I had to share with someone, and no, not really with someone, but I had to go into deep, and it literally, I think it broke down walls. It helped me a lot. Yeah. So now we are on day 3. Okay, let me just say I'm gonna start on day 3. Day 3 was journaling. Basically, you write down your thoughts, your feelings. You write down how you are now currently on midway almost of the 7-day challenge of the shadow work. I think day 3 was, I'm not gonna say easy, but it was doable because I was sharing basically the things that I've been through. I've been sharing stuff that I was going through, and I was writing them down. Actually, writing things down helped me to see better in terms of, oh, now I can read through something and I know this went down, this happened, and I'm grateful now that I know what actually happened to me. It's not like I forgot or I didn't know, but when you have it written down, it's I don't know, proof or evidence for yourself to come back and reflect and say, yeah, Shane, that was really sad, but it happened and it's over. It passed. So now, day 3 was more doable. I also had a chance to write a letter to my father. Okay, I also wrote a letter to my dad. Basically, I wasn't apologizing. I wasn't asking for him to forgive me. I wasn't asking for anything at all, but I was just telling him about my life. I was telling him who I am. I'm telling him what I would like, what I wish, what I miss, what could have been, what I think could have been, actually, because I don't know what could have been, but I know what I think could have been. And the fact that we would have had a great relationship because I'm more like him. I'm more like him. I think most of my aggressiveness is from my dad, and it's just, you learn a lot of things from someone that you don't want to learn a lot of things from, and you actually adapt to who they are more than you actually realize. And then now at my age, I realize I'm really like my dad, but I try to adjust it to make it a better thing. That's why, hence, I'm doing this shadow work challenge, the healing process, which is really good. And I felt like I was talking to him directly because I was talking to the dad that I wish he was. I was talking to the dad that I wish was, a different person, but the person that I know he could have been, but because of his challenges and his life and whatever that he went through, he couldn't have been. I know my dad was a nice person when he took the chance, and he was nice. I know my dad was not such a horrible person, but life made him how he was. So I accept it, really. I accept it, but I am not going to be a part of it. That's a different story. Day 4 was embracing vulnerability. So embracing vulnerability was something like you had to now say, all these things that I went through, they are mine, and whoever's gonna meet me has to know who I am, honestly. I'm literally being vulnerable with another person, maybe telling them a story. Well, actually, let me share something that really happened. Because I'm taking these things slowly but surely, and that the reason why it took me so long is because I didn't get the chance, I didn't get the time to actually do those things like properly. So I was doing them like in pieces and bits, you know. So when I got to day 4, it was really challenging because when I had to share with someone, I'm thinking, who am I gonna share stories with? Because my sisters know what I went through. You know, people that know me, they know part of my stories, and sometimes I don't feel comfortable with sharing some stories because I know the type of people that they are. So you don't have to share everything with everyone. You just have to share with a certain person that you trust and feel like this person would be able to understand me for who I really am, and understand me and not judge me, and not look at me in a different eye and make me feel like, yo, you were such a victim, you know, like people that are not going to attack the story with like a different eye. I think day 4 was when I saw that I could literally look at the people that I'm around and feel like, I don't feel like I could share this with you because of 1, 2, 3. I'm not judging them. I'm not saying they're not gonna be able to carry my stories or able to carry the stresses that I've, you know, with me, the load with me or whatever. I'm just saying that I looked at the people that I was with and I saw, I don't trust them enough about certain things because they don't understand. They won't understand. Like most of the people that are in my life, I'm just gonna put it out there. Most of the people that are in my life have mothers, and I'm one person that does not have a mother. That's been the hardest thing to deal with. Even now, I feel like, how do you get through it? Like, how do you like? It's very hard. So sometimes sharing that story with people that do have mothers, I feel like they don't get it. So I shared the story with one of my clients. I think I have 4 clients now that have lost their mothers this year, and I'm sending my love. I'm sending compassion, care. You know, like no one is ever gonna take that place. No one is ever gonna stand in your mom's position with love and understanding. No one. So you just have to work it out, see your way around not having her around anymore. So yeah, you see this shadow thing, man, I just don't like crying anymore. I'm just tired. I've been crying for, I think it's 2 weeks now. 2 weeks I've been crying, and now I'm sharing this. I'm just being nice to people that have lost their mothers, and I feel like sometimes I need someone to do that for me, you know, be nice to me about that situation. But it's not easy for people because they don't understand. They have their mothers, they don't know how it feels. Yeah, so she was telling me how much she was close with her mom, and that losing her, she feels like she lost a best friend because her mom wasn't really sick for a long time, unlike mine. And when she thought she was gonna get better, that's when she passed away. And yeah, she was telling me she cries every single day, and I understand that it's something that you can't just, I wish there was a solution or someone that can tell you do this and you'll be fine. Like maybe there's no medication for losing your mom. So yeah, we shared stories with each other, and you know, I wasn't planning on sharing anything with her, but she was sharing with me. So I was just like, you know what, let me just show her that her story is painful as well as mine is, and we share something in common. She mustn't feel alone in that situation, even though it would never be the same feelings. We don't feel the same. Her hurt and my hurt will never be compared, even if we went through the same situation of losing our mothers. It got to a point where she was like, she was very close to her mom. Besides her being just a mother, she was her best friend. So, it's different for me. My mom was never my best friend. She was never my best friend. But it's painful because I lost her earlier in my life, and she's now older. she's in her 30s. So when we compare the situations, it would never be the same thing, but it's easier to say, I lost the mom, you lost the mom. And this is where we feel like, she's asking me, how did you ever get through it? I'm like, you don't get through it. You deal with it every single day until you die, because it's just what it is. No one is ever going to be a mother to you more than your mom, whatever have been. Yeah, therefore that's where I got stuck the most. Because I really feel like that's the part of me that I can't share enough. I'm even sometimes wondering if me and my mom's relationship would have been better or it would have been worse. You don't know. When we get older, sometimes we drift apart with the people that we love. Sometimes we get closer. I don't know. I don't know, really. I would never know, because she's never going to come back and she's never going to tell me anything. But I am choosing to be more accepting of the good side of her life when she was here. I'm accepting the good parts of her when she was here, and I'm saying those are the things that I want to carry with me up until this day. So yeah. Also, this what I'm saying now links exactly to day 5, because day 5 was visualization. It's like those meditation things where you have to see something, where you have to see your future or your past, and actually aligning it to what you would want it to be. Visualization was where I was embracing my vulnerability, like being able to voice out, being able to share exactly what happened between me and my mom and how she passed away and all of that. But also in day 5 visualization, it is a part where I'm saying, with everything that happened between me and my mom, I am accepting, I am fully understanding that life turns out differently for all of us, and that between me and my mom, no one knows what we could have been. Nobody knows if we could have worked it out and became friends. Nobody knows if we just could have been a mom and daughter that just had a relationship of a mom and daughter and nothing else. Yeah, I'm not gonna ask myself why I couldn't understand my mom, or why my mom couldn't understand me. I'm not really worried about that, but I wish she was here so I could have had a relationship with my mother. People have relationships with their mothers and they're making it work. However, it is like sometimes you have your ups and sometimes you have your downs, and that's life. That's how it is. Relationships have ups and downs. It is a normal thing with your mom and dad, with your brother or sister, with your friends. It's like that. With your special someone, whatever, it happens. So I'm just like, you know what, visualization took a toll, because beyond being stuck in the fact that, apart from being stuck in the fact that I had a childhood that was a bit not okay for me, not a bit not okay, but it wasn't okay. Apart from that, it's now an adult that is thinking, okay, those things are not right. How do I see them differently as an adult? How do I understand and take that, adapt to that, and say, this is what I see? It's like looking at myself in the mirror and saying, you know what? You're a beautiful child. You are loved. You are special. And actually telling myself, visualizing that, seeing that happening, seeing myself in my mom's arms, seeing my dad smiling at me. Those things are so hard to find as an adult because I never really experienced them. But I have to want that enough for me to see it happening, and actually being comfortable in that situation of having parents that were supportive, parents that were there for me, emotionally and physically. The visualization actually was for me to focus on the nicer things, the better things that make me a good person, the things that make me the things that make me happier. I think that's what I was doing with my visualization, because now I've experienced so much pain and whatever on the first, second, and third and fourth day. On day 5, when I visualize, I don't want to see those things that happened to me. Yes, they happened. I admit, I agree. And I see them, but I see them for the better note that they could have been. And that's why I'm saying, oh, because this happened to you, you could have been treated better. You know that? But instead of being treated better then, are you treating yourself better now? Like, are you saying, if this had happened to you, how would you have been now? Like, would you be a person that smiles a lot? Would you be a person that accepts people for who they are, and you're not trying to change them or make them like you better? Or, you're not going to be a people pleaser anymore, because you know what? You don't need to please people for them to like you. They have to just generally like the person that you are, and you keep it moving, you keep it going, So visualization, I don't know if I'm explaining it enough or clearly, but it is seeing that past and actually understanding it and accepting it, and then seeing it in a note where you feel like this was supposed to be, like this could have been the better outcome of it. Choosing to focus actually on, I think you should choose to focus on the better things that happened in your past. Also, that helps to see the uglier things in a better note. Because it can't be that you never smiled throughout your childhood. So whatever smile that you shared that time, you can imagine it today, and you're thinking, you remember those nostalgic moments where you smell a perfume, or you hear a sound, or smell like something, and you just feel this feeling of being a child again, and it's just so refreshing and so calming. It is like you are starting afresh, or you're going back to a childhood and you are recreating yourself. I just feel like that's like visualization for me. I visualized something like that, and it felt really, really good to say that with everything that happened to me, the beautiful side is that I am here today, and I am accepting, and I am changing the narrative of whatever was, and I'm saying this is what it is now, the beautiful side of it also. And then we go to day 6. Day 6 is about forgiveness. So besides forgiving the people that did whatever to you, it is about forgiving yourself for carrying the load that you carried for all these years. You carried the pain of whatever your mom did to you, or you carrying the pain that your siblings were not treating you well. Whatever pain that you carry inside of you, it is not their fault that you still have it today. It's not their fault that you're still mad today. It's your load. You are carrying this throughout your life. No one knows what's inside of you. They see you and they meet you and they think, such a horrible person. But it's because you have been carrying excuse me. It is because you've been carrying loads that you shouldn't have. You carrying things in your heart, bottling up things that you shouldn't be. I can go on and on and on and on and on, because whatever happened in your past is in the past. It is in the past. You are supposed to move on, to another life, but you still because my dad never really it's because I never really did that as a child because I wasn't allowed. It is in your head, and you carried that till today. So the one forgiveness that you should be doing is forgiving yourself for being so horrible to yourself, for not allowing yourself to move past situations and heal, for allowing everything that happened to you to stick in your head and not leave you. We choose what we consume. So every day you feed yourself the fact that you were hurt, and that is not good. That is you hurting yourself even further, because trust me, the person that hurt you then probably might have forgotten, but you don't forget because you want to carry that. Like, you want to say, I was hurt, I was a victim. You're not really saying, you know what, it was not my fault. Whatever happened was not my fault. Whatever happened was because of that other person's problem, and whatever that person faced, whatever that person is, that's what they are. They did that to me, and I just want to forgive whatever that I thought I contributed towards the situation being worse, And also I want to say, sometimes forgiveness is not based on whether the person came to apologize or not. Forgiveness is something that you say to yourself, I am choosing to forgive this person, whether they said sorry, whether they acknowledge that they hurt me or not. Because if I continue to not forgive them, it will go on and on in my head as if it's fresh every day. It will go on and on in my head as if it has been done every single day in my head. So if I say I forgive them, I'm saying I am leaving this load right here, and I am moving forward without the pain, the guilt, and all of that negativity around me. And once you do that, you will feel the lightness of your weight. Now you are just like, everything is off your shoulders, and you're just so light, like a feather, and you're just thinking, oh, why did I not do that? Because now I'm thinking, if I had never forgiven my dad, I'd still be mad at him to a point where I would really be disgusted the fact that I'm talking about him so many times on this podcast. Like, I'd be thinking, why the hell am I even involving him? Why in the world is he being involved in this? It is not about him. It should not be about him. Like, I'd be mad. But now I'm saying, he is a part of my life, whether I like it or not. He is the person that brought me into this world, whether I like it or not. And I forgive him. And, someday I feel like whatever happened to me, it is a testimony of the fact that you are able to get out of the deepest, darkest places in your life if only you put your mind into it and you tell yourself that is not who I am. I cannot be defined by what a certain person did to me. But from that thing, I can become something. I can grow from that, blossom into something that person couldn't have even ever imagined I could be, Like, our traumas have a way of actually making us flourish if we make sure that we look at it in a better or a lighter note. Don't hang on to the struggles of life. Don't hang on to the bitterness that this world comes with. Like, rather say, I choose to say, if I don't have control of what happened in my past, there's no way I could ever have it now. But I choose to understand it and move past it, knowing that I couldn't have done anything to change it then because I was not powerful and I had no power over the person that was doing anything. But now I'm saying I am moving through it with a confident mind that I am an adult and I choose right and wrong. And I know that was wrong. I know that I would never have anyone experience that through me. So forgiveness is something very difficult. Forgiving yourself and the people around you is crucial for growth. It is crucial for a way forward in whatever aspect of your life that you need to advance. That was that. And then day 7, it's like basically like when you everything summed up and acknowledging how you feel currently with everything that you did. Like, do you feel like it helped you? Like, it's like a review. Do you feel like you are growing? Do you feel healed? What do you think is going on with you currently since you went through this 7 day, these past 6 days? what do you feel? Like, it's another dig deep of the good feelings that you now feel, I for one have learned that forgiveness is important in everything that you do. I learned that everything that happened to me is not my fault. Like, I learned that healing is a process also. You can't just one day wake up and feel like, I am over it, I'm done. You have to every day work at it. You have to work at not relapsing into your old patterns. Like, you remind yourself, you have exercises like when you're triggered, you have like, just do this husanyana of a countdown that says, you know what, from here on, when I answer this person, I will be on a clear mind, I'll be on a calm position, and whatever I say to this person, they will understand and hear me well without me screaming or losing my cool. Like, this is a process. It's a process. I did these things. It took me a while to finish because of, like I said, work, but also it took me a while. To be honest, it was hard because sometimes it was hard for me to say, I want to be vulnerable. Sometimes it was hard for me to write because I had so many tears. I can show you the pages are wet and you can see like those teardrops in some of the pages, because when you start writing and you start feeling these emotions and you start thinking, am I even gonna finish? Am I gonna get the words across right? Am I gonna understand this if I now start reading it? And then I realized I don't have to read it, but I have to know that I let it out. Like, I took it out of my system. I just let it out. Yeah, man. The things that we went through, no one can ever change that. You went through that, you had to go through that. Maybe there's a lesson that you had to learn. Maybe there's a lesson someone else had to learn. So remember, we also I think God's, we've come to the end of the video, and I am so grateful that you guys kept on viewing, and I'm just happy that I'm done with the process. But I said, continuation of the healing is key to actually seeing the results. You don't have to see the results now, but you will see the results as time goes. People will say, "Hi man, when I saw no more pants, like." Or people start saying, no, like, you're more composed now, like, even your tone, like, you're so calm, like, you're so gentle, which is the things that you feel like you lacked maybe. Well, I did, but now I'm just like learning to do that, and yeah, gradually, slowly but surely, it will come, it will happen. And yeah, I don't want to be liked, but I want to like myself first, so that's important. And I always keep it going. I need to keep my kindness as a priority, and everything will be fine. So thank you for watching. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.